Hammer, please play with your toy before I start playing with it. Jesus Christ. Are you ready, my asylum patients? Gothic Slenderman. Alright guys, I know it's been kind of hectic with the upload schedule, being that there was none. And I don't think I even uploaded 10 videos this year, like, of 2016. This is a first. And I have to explain myself. I can't delay it any further. I have to explain myself. So basically what happened is, I have a job. Now, yes, I had a job before in 2015, working at Walmart, and for 2 months I worked at Turkey Hill. The difference was, I had my own place. I record when I was awake, which was during the night, because I worked third shift at Walmart, and sleep during the day. But what happened was, at the end of 2015, the lease went up at my place that I lived in, and it's a year-long lease, so I didn't want to restart that. So I moved to a different place, which is a place I recorded that trash can video with Greg, and I think that top 10 real Final Destinations video as well, and the Undertale video. But unfortunately, I only stayed there for 2 months because I quit Turkey Hill like right before I moved there, and I was trying to find a new job. And for those who are in the working area, you know how hard it is trying to find a job at the beginning of the year, because it was after all the Christmas stuff, and that's all the times that everyone starts taking in other employees to see what works and what can't, and no one hires like at that point in time of the year. Maybe now, but with that being said, it became a little difficult. I was trying my best and I couldn't find a job, and finally I got a job at Sunoco because my sister put in a good word. She worked there too, well, formerly. And now I do finally have a job, but unfortunately I didn't get it quick enough to be able to keep the place that I had. So what now? I'm living with my family again until I can get back on my feet. Now why does this lead to me not being able to upload? Because I work third shift. That means I'm awake during the night, which is time that they're asleep. And it's normally a time that I record. But because that I'm awake and they're asleep, I can't be loud. So obviously I can't record. But when it comes to the day, that's when I'm sleeping so I can get to work. And I've just been working like 5-day weeks, you know, like a full-time worker, even though I get paid part-time. I'm going to try my best to get back on my feet and try to upload a bit more on this channel at the same time. I want to balance everything out. You know, be an adult, as everyone says. But with that being said, there was also another issue that came up. At the beginning of 2016, everything just came to me. And I realized I'm not doing what I originally wanted on YouTube. Most of you may not know this, but when I started YouTube back in 2008 when I was 12, and even when I first started Gothic Slenderman back in 2012, I wanted to make skits, like comedy skits and stuff like that. And at that point in time in YouTube, in like 2008, it wasn't that odd. A lot of people were doing it, along with animation and stuff like that. But unfortunately, in the year 2011, the YouTube publicity system changed. Originally, it was based on views, which obviously meant if your video got a lot of views, most likely it would go on the front page and get more noticed. But in 2011, it was changed from views to minutes watched, and I think somewhere in their upload frequency, which meant that you had to basically upload 10-minute and nowadays 30-minute videos every single day just to stay relevant. And that's not how I feel like it should be. I feel like now it's just a running track of who can make the content the fastest, not caring what the content's about or how much effort they actually put into it, while also tripping other people over reactors. And it's just become hectic. And I know a lot of people say, oh, people watch what they want to watch. That's true. YouTube is not a site where you just press a random button and you send to a random video. But the thing is, the things that you watch, you know, what's most likely in the front page, the recommended section, the people you subscribe to, they're only there because they got noticed. And they followed the publicity system. Like, let's say you go to a 5-star restaurant and they only give you 1/5 of their menu, and what's on that part of the menu is only the top-rated items. And you were not informed, this is the first time you're at the restaurant, you were not informed that you were not given the rest of the menu. So, because it's some of the top items, you don't question it. you're more satisfied with what you have, even if it is a broken system. That's what YouTube is, that faulty restaurant menu. It's not that people watch what they want to watch, because they do, but just of the choices that are given, just of the choices that were made popular. And the reason nobody questions it is because it's a faulty system that everyone's comfortable with. If everyone's comfortable with a system, even if it's faulty, then they won't do anything about it. They won't really say anything. And when someone does, they'll try and defend it in whatever way they can, even if it really is a faulty system, in which it is. And I'm not saying, like, YouTube should go back to the way it was before, because both systems only benefited certain people. Like, the original system only benefited skits and animations. The new system only benefits Let's Players, reactors, and creepypasta readers. I wish there was kind of a balance, and I remember I saw in a video by Rubber Ninja, also known as Ross from the Game Grumps, called Is Independent Animation on YouTube Dead?, where he came up with a suggestion of percentages, which is something I really liked. Because nowadays a 2-minute animation, which probably took months and months of work on, can never compete with, like, a 30-minute part of a Let's Play of a Five Nights at Freddy's game that was slapped on YouTube, simply because of how long it is. And, like, all that video has to do is have most people watch at least 3 minutes of it, and it's already beaten that animation, which is unfair. There needs to be a better balance for everyone's content, for Let's Players, animators, even the reactors, and skit creators, and creepypasta readers, and all sorts of stuff. Everyone needs a fair chance. And that's why it should be about the percentages, or maybe a better system that gives everyone that revolves around creative content a chance, no matter how long the video is or what's it about. I mean, if we could have Jinx the Reactor, a guy that blatantly re-uploads other people's videos in the bottom right corner of the screen, have little to no reaction, and not even edit the entire video so it can count as transformative or fair use, and he could get 1 million subscribers in only 2 or a few more months, then obviously it's a faulty system. But what does that have to do with me? Well, people who predate the system, either you had two choices: continue what you did before and risk becoming forgotten and obscure. And there's one user, MakeMeBad35. He still does what he does, which is skits. But the thing is, by the time the publicity system changed, he had 2 million subscribers. But he hasn't gained that much since, and most people don't really remember who he is anymore. I'm happy that he continues what he does, continues what he loves, but with the cost, because he doesn't do what the publicity system wants him to, he becomes more obscure. Unlike others like Smosh, who now does behind-the-scenes videos for every single video that they make, Shane Dawson, who now has multiple people working on his channel, and other things like Tobuscus, who have secondary channels that are gaming, like Tobuscus Plays or Tobuscus Games, where you know what I'm talking about. And Ego Raptor, which I'm not going to be one of those people that says he doesn't animate anymore. He does, just not publicly. But he's more known as Aaron Hansen on the Game Grumps, less than Ego Raptor. But those people are still relevant, if not more noticed, which is good for them, but it forced them to change, that's the thing. It even forced me to change, and I didn't even realize it. You see, in 2014, I decided to do a thing where I try to upload a video every day. And that meant a lot of my videos were rushed, either terrible or awful. Some of them are news reports and vlogs, and terrible skits which were all rushed and had no planning whatsoever, which that hasn't changed in comparison to the past. But what I'm trying to say is, I became an empty shell of what I wanted to be. I wanted to make story-driven content. I wanted to make characters that people could love and know me for. I don't want to be known as the guy who just made, I don't know, a top list about Five Nights at Freddy's. Even though that's one of my most popular videos, if not the most. But what I want to be known for as the characters I make, the stories I write. So, with that being said, I don't want anyone to assume I'm quitting YouTube. That's not the case. But what I'm going to try and do from now on is focus more on story-driven content and character design and all that kind of stuff. And I know it'd be kind of weird to plop all that stuff on this channel, and that's why I got my old second channel, which originally was called Gothic Static, but now it's called Gothic Wolftail. I'm going to take that channel, make it into what I want it to be. And I'm not saying I'm leaving Gothic Slenderman, because I know a lot of you love the videos I make. I'll still continue this channel, but I won't upload as much as I used to. And I'll probably have to change the way I do things here at Gothic Slenderman, just to keep up with that channel and this one. But I'm going to focus more on Gothic Wolftail for a while. That means because, it's a new start, I don't want to throw in characters that have existed for a while and, keep the canon to even Mr. Tuggles. No, okay, you're standing up, Dana, damn it. Anyway, all the stuff I'm going to bring back, I'd have to reboot. And that's what I'm going to do, and I'm happy with that. I'm going to focus more on comedy skits and mainly horror stuff. I love horror, and I really want to get into it. Mainly because I make people laugh all the time with the skits and whatnot, and even in real life, I can make my sister laugh for an hour on end. But it's much harder and even more satisfying to scare the shit out of someone, because it's much more difficult to genuinely scare someone without, like, a restraining order being a result. So that's what I'm mainly going to do in Gothic Wolf Tale. There will be some comedy stuff, but I want to focus on mainly horror and that kind of stuff. And eventually, when I get enough money, I'm going to get my GED, go to art school, and try and get into animation. That's what I really want to do. Animation. I've always wanted to do that sort of thing. But there's also another thing, and that is my webcomic that I've been working on for quite some time. About 3 years, if we count the very beginning, being that first shitty creepypasta I ever made, that led to the creation of this. And I still haven't uploaded Reincarnation or published it or anything, and I haven't really gotten into a physical form yet, because every time I approach it, it changes. Every time it changes. So, to make sure, to keep you guys updated on the development of the webcomic, and since it's definitely not going to be video-based, I want to upload devlogs, like Reincarnation devlogs, to show you how everything is going, introduce you certain things like the premise of the story, characters, and ideas that I have. Now, everything would be subject to change, yes, but I feel like it would keep things updated. Keep you guys updated on what's going on with that and Gothic Wolf Tale. I'll make stuff for Gothic Wolf Tale, stuff for Gothic Slenderman, and working on Reincarnation to my best, while also keeping you guys updated on it. And I also want to experiment with other things. I've also thought about writing, like, literature, maybe a novel. Like, maybe not necessarily a novel. I don't want to jump into that real quickly, but I want to get into writing and try other things as well. So with that being said, things are definitely going to change here on this channel. But I'm going to become, like, a mix of who I am now and a mix of who I was back then. Have kind of a balance between the two. And I'm still going to upload a lot of stuff on this channel, like YouTube uploaded Smash to top list. I'm going to still be doing that kind of stuff. But with that being said, a lot of stuff on this channel may not just be horror. In fact, since I'm going to be working on other things, like some of the videos in here could be less horror or Gothic based, and some maybe Smash Brothers based, or PlayStation All-Stars based if I really wanted to, or other things. So I guess this update is kind of to warn you of what's going to happen in the future. I'm not going to be uploading as much on this channel. I'm going to be uploading more on Gothic Wolf Tale, but I can't slap skits together, so obviously that itself is also going to take time. But if you guys want to support me in that, or if you guys are interested in what I want to, God damn it, I can't talk. Or if you guys are just interested in what I'm going to make, you could go ahead and link in the description to Gothic Wolf Tale and subscribe to that channel. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not forcing you. That's the good thing about the internet. And once again, the great thing about YouTube. It's not that random button I was talking about. You can still choose whether or not you want to subscribe to people, or subscribe to secondary channels. But I want this secondary channel to be my main channel. So if you guys want to support me, or if you're interested in what I want to do, then go ahead and subscribe to that. But if you don't want to and just want to stay for the top list, you can, but I'll just have to warn you, I may not upload as much on this channel as much as I used to. And if you guys also can keep up to date with Reincarnation, that'd be awesome, and maybe spread the word about it and do all that kind of crazy stuff. But I'm just warning you, a lot of things are going to change on this channel. I don't know if I can really just get back into making stuff right away, because of course with all the skits and whatnot, it requires a lot of planning, scripting, and I can't just slap stuff together like I did when I was like 12 and started YouTube in 2008. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are willing to stay with me in this endeavor and see what I'm going to do in the future. If not, that's fine, I won't hold it against you, because it is a big change for this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, maybe favorite, and subscribe if you'd like to see some more. And remember, we all see a fish in the ceiling at least once in our lives.